Hi everybody, it's Dandruff with your news cartridge for Friday, January 1st, 2016. The entirety of MLG assets, that's Major League Gaming, have been sold to Activision Blizzard for $46 million US, so we might see some changes in esports. Final Fantasy 15 has been confirmed to release in 2016, and I can't wait. And Microsoft is offering Killer Instinct as a free game this month, and if you decide to pick it up, you'll effectively get a cross-platform copy for PC as well. It's two for the price of none. You can't beat that. There really isn't any other game news today. There really is not. So instead, I'm going to cover the best games that I played during 2015 that also released the same year in no particular order. So here we go. This shouldn't be a surprise to anyone, but technically Kerbal Space Program did release this year, and because of that, it gets a spot on this list, and to be fair, I've also been playing it for the better part of 2 years, so we're just going to go ahead and get it out of the way. It's a spaceflight physics sandbox simulator game where you build your own rockets and airplanes, then you're even able to achieve orbit, transfer bodies orbiting Kerbal, that's the main planet in the game, and eventually leave your comfort zone and travel to another planet. Kerbal Space Program is a game for anyone, but not for everyone, as there is literally zero violence, and it's a learning game, but if you have no interest in spaceflight, you probably won't like it. I could go on for days, but I won't. We've got other games to cover. The Witcher 3 Wild Hunt is not what I thought it would be when I first started playing it. What I expected was the usual big, bright, shiny guy in a dark world and he sets everything right, and I couldn't have been more wrong. The story of The Witcher 3 is amazing, and that the days that while I was playing it, I didn't want to go back because the choices that I had made me feel so bad that all I have to say is Bloody Baron to anyone who played the game and it will make them sad. It is an incredible achievement in just doing that. The graphics are amazing. The controls are tight and customizable. The world is open and vast. You name it, The Witcher 3 has it. Her Story is a game I heard about watching one of my favorite podcasts, and I immediately bought it and played it that very night on stream. It drew the first big audience that I had for a stream, but that's not the reason why it's on this list. It tells a story that I quite liked in a way that only a video game can. Instead of outright telling the story, it's a murder mystery, by the way. You're given little snippets in multiple videos that you have to enter keywords in order to discover, and then you enter more keywords to discover more videos. It's the equivalent of a Quentin Tarantino movie because you not only have to figure out what happened, but what order it happened in as well. I think that this is the game I played in 2015 that will have the greatest impact on future games.
You think it's murder?
Now, I like a good builder, and Prison Architect is a great one. Not only that, but it has a bit of a twist. The tutorial is also the story mode, which is a great idea. Builders by nature have no story. If you could tell me the story of SimCity or Space Engineers, that would be great, but there isn't one. Prison Architect has one. Not only that, but it's a builder that just has a different feel to it. I'll admit that it seemed hard to lose the game and cause a failure state, but how well you are doing was judged by how capable you are to keep expanding, and then when things slow to a crawl, that's generally when I started over, rather than outright when I failed. This game is so well fleshed out that it gives you many options that even after playing the game for some time, you'll still forget things and let a few inmates squeak out through the cracks. Not going to spend a lot of time on this one, but StarCraft II Legacy of the Void was the final chapter in the story that I have been following for more than a decade. The story progressed very quickly, all the voice acting was lovely, I really believed the characters for who they were, and it also ran like a dream. If you like real-time strategy in a futuristic setting and 3 races that played very different from each other, then StarCraft II is your game. You can even try it for free. Rocket League is a game that I am sad to say I missed out on its heyday. I got into Rocket League about a month and a half after its release, and then I finally understood what all the fuss was about. This game is amazing. Since its release, there have been very few balance changes made to the game because developer Psyonix said that they were pretty sure that they had got it outright, and they did. They had also released numerous pieces of free DLC along with not bombarding you with paid ones. To date, there are 5 paid DLC. All of them are cosmetic automatic and cost under $5 each. The game mixes RC cars with soccer, football, or hockey, depending on where you're from or how you look at it, in a way that non-sports game players like myself absolutely love. If I was yelling at my computer in 2015, it's because I was playing Rocket League. This is a game I had found out because of my show, actually. While doing my daily game releases, I had stumbled across this and needed to know more about it. I scoured the internet to find videos of people playing it in hopes that it looked good, and then hoped that those videos weren't lying, because it did. As soon as it was released, I bought it and then couldn't wait to play it that night on stream, and oh wow, did it deliver. This game defines two-player co-op. This is not a game with an optional second person. This is a game that requires two people to play, and they must work together in order to defuse a bomb. The gameplay is extremely unique in that only one person is actually playing the game and the other is reading a manual about how to defuse the bomb. You can play it in real life, you can play it over Skype, and have a blast. Or not have a blast, just keep talking and nobody explodes. And finally, this one's squeezed in, and it is Grow Home. Now, I really like platformers, but I'm really bad at them. Grow Home was a game that I felt very comfortable with, even though the controls are slippery as hell, but this is done presumably on purpose. You play a quirky little robot named Bud, where you go around collecting gems and growing stalks from the main plant that grows up through the world to glowing floating islands that feed the plant and cause it to grow to space. As you ascend the plant, the physics change as the gravity becomes lessened, giving variety to the gameplay from very subtle changes. It has a charm that no other game that I played this year did, and this list would feel incomplete without it. And there you have it. That's the best games I played in 2015 that released. The next video coming is going to be the worst games that I played, followed by another video of honorable mentions and that sort of thing. Alright, so on to Monday's game releases for PC: Pony Island, Linnea the Game, and Goo Cublets the Algorithm. Thank you very much, everybody. This has been News Cartridge. I am Dandruff. I will see you on Monday. And what did Pepe Hare learn while playing Donkey Kong? How to do a barrel roll!